The Jake Asman Show will begin shortly. Thanks to all these great Patreon members who help support the show. Get your super chats ready. Jake will be here in just a moment. If you love the New York Jets, this is the place to be. And now, the Jake Asman Show.
It's game day, baby. It's also T-Squared Social Watch Party Day, baby. We're talking about the Jets and the Panthers and, of course, new reports about the latest with Haason Reddick. That and much more. It's the Jake Asman Show. Nick Shine joins us this morning, so let's hit it and get it started.
Man, our Jets are primed for a historic season.
We're here with Charles Gorman. Charles, you're about to get into your Uber, which I called for you specifically to leave Don Jose Mexican restaurant. Give us the breakdown on the night. Did you have fun?
I had a good time. I'm sorry I couldn't stay for long. My parents wanted me to be home at a certain time. I know I'm a grown-ass man, but their house, their rules. People were very nice. The food is good. Anyways, have a good day and stay healthy and God bless.
Charles, thank you for the time.
Welcome.
Ladies and gentlemen, there he goes. Charles Gorman, everybody. One of one. A legend of our time. Go Jets.
We bleed Jets green each and every day. This is not the same old Jets. We have Aaron freaking Rodgers. We have Garrett Wilson. Let's go. We have Breece Hall. Please subscribe and hit the like button below. Super chat, baby. Cut the line. We have Sauce Gardner. We have Quinnen Williams. The Jets bandwagon is loaded. Now it's time to talk all things New York Jets. It's the Jake Asman Show.
Here we go, Jet fans. Welcome in, everybody. By now, you know, tonight we have the watch party of all watch parties. Over 200 of you have RSVP'd to attend, so I can't wait to party with all of you later. T-Squared Social, Midtown Manhattan, located right next to Grand Central Station. So take the train. Make it easy for yourself. You don't have to drive into the city. You can take the train to Grand Central from Long Island, from New Jersey, from Westchester, from Connecticut, you name it, you could get to T-Squared Social. It's going to be a blast. We'll have drink specials. We'll have the game on all the TVs. We'll have the simulators that are there for people to use. The bowling alley will be open. It's going to be a lot of fun, so I can't wait to hang out with so many of you. If you're coming tonight, just make sure you RSVP. That will help me immensely. Plus, we want to make sure we collect all your info so you got a chance to win the autographed football we're giving away, courtesy of ESPN New York, by Jets superstar wide receiver Garrett Wilson. So that's enough about T-Squared for now, because joining us right now is one of my favorite content creators out there. He goes by the name Proud NYJ Fan. Ladies and gentlemen, we bring on Nick Shine. Hello, Nick.
Good morning, sir. How's everyone doing today? Game day, baby. Let's go.
Let's go. The Jets will look to remain undefeated in 2024. That's the storyline.
Love the sound of that. I don't even care if it's preseason. I love the sound of it. Let's get used to saying that, right? Let's go on a heck of a run this year.
I smell victory. Now, we will talk about the game. I want to get your thoughts on some players that you're looking to kind of see how they play tonight. And I have a thought about Olu Fashanu that I want to run by you. But we begin this show by discussing the latest with Haason Reddick. And I thought Tom Pelissero on the Rich Eisen program the other day made a very interesting point about why the Jets in this situation probably have more leverage than we even realized when this story first broke. This was Pelissero, of the NFL Network on the Rich Eisen show with Phil and host Andrew Siciliano.
Real quick, Haason Reddick, anything? I mean, like, that thing is just...
It's a very unique situation, and I think that it's fair to say that there were assumptions made on both sides that didn't end up being true. So the Jets, position on this has been Haason Reddick needs to show up in order to have them look at his contract again, which is something they tried to do back before the draft, and he turned down, back before the trade, and that he turned down the offer that they were willing to make. They didn't really re-engage quickly on that. And now, here we are. He's lost like $3 million or so in fines already. You get into the season, now you start losing game checks here. Whatever, set aside the idea of a long-term extension. Even if you're going to get a 1-year bump, you've kind of mitigated some of that by the amount of fines you've already racked up, and you're a veteran player, so those can't be waived. There's still some questions about how the signing bonus is handled and things like that. But yeah, I mean, this is something different. I don't get the sense that this is a distraction in the most common sense of the word for the Jets, just because most of the guys on the team have never met Haason Reddick. You heard Aaron Rodgers saying about it yesterday, like, yeah, I think I played against him, but I really don't know him. Nobody does. He's never gone through a walkthrough with the team. So, to the extent that when it's a guy that everybody knows and a locker room leader, like, you feel that absence, these guys don't know Haason Reddick, one way or another. I anticipate that they're going to figure something out, but it's a matter of, is he really going to play this out into the season? He's already given up a lot of money, and he'd be, potentially throwing good money after bad. But it's right now just a bad situation for everybody involved. And, until he comes in, I don't know how much progress is going to be made to get on the same page.
So a couple things off that, Nick. The last part, that's the message the Jets are putting out there to all the reporters. Until Haason Reddick shows up, we're not doing a deal with him. And then the middle part, I think, is interesting. Typically with a holdout, it affects the locker room, right? I remember the Ryan Fitzpatrick holdout. That was a big deal. It's crazy to think that we had a Ryan Fitzpatrick holdout, but that is, where we're at with the quarterback.
Or that it was a big deal.
Yeah. But that is what we deal with as Jet fans, of course, that even Fitzpatrick, who is a career journeyman, average quarterback at best, staged the holdout. But we remember that it was a big deal because he was the quarterback and he was coming off a great season. Revis in 2010, obviously, we all know about that when Hard Knocks is covering it up close. It was a huge national story. This feels different, as Tom brings up, because Reddick hasn't been with the Jets at all. He was there for one day. He never attended a single OTA, wasn't at minicamp, hasn't been to a single practice this summer. So the Jets, since they reported back to start the 2024 offseason program, they've never known life with Haason Reddick. So I thought CJ Mosley's comments the other day kind of nailed the temperament of the team, because in the past, typically holdouts can become locker room distractions. I don't get the sense at all this is a distraction for the team.
Players don't get distracted. Fans do. Media does, right? They want to write stories. They want to generate headlines. They want to get fans in an uproar. Our fans, as we know from Twitter alone, on Jet Twitter, easily uproar. So we don't need Haason Reddick to be great. We've been great without him. Does he make us better? Yes. Yes. Anyone who says no, or anyone who says let's go with Michael Clemens, the half a sack Michael Clemens, the penalty machine Michael Clemens, stop that. Please stop that nonsense. Reddick will make us better, but we could still be great without Reddick. We've been great without Reddick. The holdout situation, it's not like we're taking a piece away, right? Like we talked a little bit before. It's not like Quinnen Williams, who's been there and been a big part. It's like, all right, now I'm holding out. Or like Revis years ago was there, was great, and is holding out. We've done great things without Reddick. Would we like to add him? Absolutely, 100%. We all want him there, right? But I'm not going to lose my mind or go off the deep end and going with unrealistic, emotional, irrational takes because he's not here yet. I'm still a firm believer he's going to be here. I'm still a firm believer that this trade request is usually let's kickstart negotiations. That you want to maybe air it out in public to force the organization's hand because you don't have any other plays left. Right? When you're holding out and you're not there and there's no traction, you got to kickstart it, right? Demand a trade. That'll maybe get the wheels turning. So I think that's where we're at. And I look forward to him getting there, and I look forward to him making a difference on the field. And his first sack, we'll probably boo him, right? The opener, the home opener. He'll get the Bronx cheer. He'll get the Jets fans jest. And then the first time he makes a play, we're all going to embrace him. And number 7 jerseys are going to be ordered like crazy on Fanatics that night.
Well, you do wonder, do they introduce the defense in that home opener, or if they just introduce the offense, he won't even get booed. So that won't even be a thing. But to your point, look, if he eventually shows up and plays great, it's not going to matter. But he does come in with a target on his back, so to speak, because he's never played for this team. So there's no built-in, equity with the fan base. So, yeah, I mean, he's going to have to play well. Otherwise, he definitely will hear it from the fans. Here's the other storyline that's kind of out there with Reddick. It's, the Jets have leverage now, but, what if they lose week 1 to the Niners and they don't put any pressure on Brock Purdy? To quote Neil, he's not running for his life in the opener. And the way I would respond to that is, even if that scenario happens, I don't know if that means Reddick has all this leverage. The Niners are a really good team. They have a really good offensive line, and it's week 1. And then after that, the Jets schedule sets up where they're playing the Titans, the Patriots, the Broncos, the Vikings. So even without Reddick, you're going to be a favorite in all those games. So I don't buy this idea that, oh, they lose week 1 and they don't get a lot of pressure on Brock Purdy. That means Reddick all of a sudden has leverage. Not really, because the Jets, in my opinion, could still start 4-1 without Haason Reddick going into that Monday night game against Buffalo.
Agreed. But you know the media has that can of gas already, and they're waiting to just pour it. The match is burning. There's a little kindling going on. They're waiting if something like that happens. If you would have had him in here, it's a bad start. It's bad for locker room. None of the bad for the locker room is true. Mosley's a leader. Rodgers is a leader. We have many other leaders on this team. We have so many leaders that not many people have to be led. That's a great thing to have in a locker room. And they're going to do what they do. They're professionals. They're going to do their job. They know the goal. They know what's expected this season. So I don't think one player being there is going to change the chemistry or the cohesion that this team has. They're a very, very tight team. Even to the point where they're fighting for one another, and Reed is showing his Zach Wilson impersonation, chucking the ball at someone the other day. They're tight. They go to bat for one another. So it's not going to be a division because one guy's not there. Will he be accepted with open arms when he gets there? Yes, but don't let the media fool you.
Well said. We're talking with Nick Shine. If you have a question for Nick or myself to answer, super chat it in, and we will make sure we get to it. By now you know, but I'll say it again. Make sure you RSVP if you're coming tonight to watch Jets Panthers with us at T-Squared Social. Couple reminders. One, wear deodorant, please. Some of you stink. So let's make sure we shower the deodorants on. Use Mando deodorant. Promo code Jake Asman at shopmando.com. Shameless plug. And also, if you're coming tonight and you have Jake Asman Show merch, make sure you rock it. Hats, T-shirts, polos. Can't wait to see all the Asmaniacs in their gear later this evening. And here's the other thing I want to say. All super chats are going to the Jake Asman Alcohol Fund, because every time the Jets score a touchdown later, Nick, the shots at the bar go from $7 to $4 for our gangrene green tea shot that we have cooking up. So, Alan, thank you for paying for one of my shots later. This one says, every game day is $838,000 of reverse Bobby Bonilla day until Reddick reports. Good morning, everyone. Look, at some point, Reddick is going to be losing so much money, even if he got a new deal. It wouldn't make any sense to him. So that's why eventually I think he shows up. I think he shows up right before week 1 when he has to report. I think it's that Monday before the Monday night game a week later to be eligible to get his game check. And I don't think he'll play week 1 because I think that will be the message he's sending. But he will be there and stage like a hold in for that week as the Jets kind of get him ready to ramp back up. But is he going to be the same player? Is he going to have a back injury like Brandon Ayuk has right now, why he's not practicing, even though we all know why he's not practicing because of the contract? That's where it gets a little dicey in regards to what version of the player you're getting when you eventually, get this guy back.
Yeah, I mean, he's a professional. He's been around. He knows how to get his body right. You hope that he's doing all that, right? We don't know. There's no reports. There's no agent releasing videos of training, but a guy who's been in the league and is a professional, we just have to put our faith and trust that he's going to be ready when he gets here. He's going to have to cram, the playbook in, but as an edge rusher, it's mostly go, right? You can work Clemens in to start as still the run guy and bring him in as a third down pass rushing specialist, second and long, and then advance him to his percentage of snaps. So I'm starting to get curious of how this is going to play out. I said Monday the 19th, 3 weeks to the opener is my line in the sand to where I start to get really concerned about this. So I hope we have some traction this weekend. The best thing would be Joe Douglas on the phone the whole time in the preseason, in the booth. Yeah, on the sideline, wherever he's at tonight, on the phone the whole time, disappears. Cameras are watching Joe Douglas, and you hope that we get some news over the weekend. It would be great tonight at T-Squared. Reddick signs with Jets, comes up on the screen, and we go nuts.
Crowd goes nuts. Haason Reddick, he's back. Rat Diddy with a super chat. Shots for Jake and Bonesy after the first Jets touchdown. Yeah. Folks, it's happening. Mr. Bonesy's going to be drunk as a skunk. The wife's not coming. He's getting a night out with the fellas. Watch out.
Look at your latest comment.
Rich is watching the show. I'm guessing this is Rich. I don't know who else would have Rich. Maybe it's a
Rich's
fake
Twitter.
Rich, maybe. Rich, thanks for watching the show. $791,666 per game check. So yeah, I mean, Rich would know, obviously, as plugged in as anyone. So it's a little less than the full Bobby Bonilla experience, but this is on a week by week basis, per game check. So look, it's a lot of money, and at some point, if the Jets do a new deal with him, as we were talking about, Nick, it gets to a point where, like, what did Reddick really gain out of all this if the Jets are so dug in? My only concern is what version of the player are you getting? Because if you're not getting the guy you acquired from Philly, that is almost cutting off your nose to spite your face if you couldn't find some sort of common ground compromise. But, I mean, at some point, he has to report because his contract would toll and the Jets would have his rights. So he's going to show up at some point. It's just a matter of when and what he looks like when that happens.
And I will just say, as the man of God, we got to give him at least $17 more so those game checks go up $1 each. That 666 has me freaking out right now. We got to change that. We got to address that ASAP, Joe.
Oh, man. Thanks for watching the show, Rich. Hope all is well. Appreciate you. And I heard you say in your podcast that you're not in Carolina. So, Rich, if you want to hang out with Jet fans tonight, you're more than welcome to come out to our first ever watch party at T-Squared Social this evening. Jonathan Moore checks in with a super chat. Clowney, 1 year would be pretty great right now. Yeah, look, I said this at the time, Nick. People were saying, oh, you can't blame the Jets. They what were they supposed to do? Well, my pushback on that is, well, okay, one, Bryce Huff, we all understand that. But if you were going to move on from Bryce Huff, you had Jadeveon Clowney in your building. You said it was a great conversation. Douglas raved about him. Yeah. And he signed with the Carolina Panthers for what essentially was a 1 year, I think, $12 million deal. Now, Reddick's a better player than Clowney, but this is a guy who's perfect for your scheme, had 9.5 sacks last season, is used to playing on 1 year deals because he wants to get paid each year. He's like a hired gun. He's a mercenary. I covered him in Houston. Guy is really good against the run. He's not a great pass rusher, but he's productive. 9.5 sacks last year. Like, you couldn't beat the Panthers offer. Do a deal for $14 million guaranteed. I think he's choosing you over the Panthers. I could be wrong, but that to me would have been an alternative.
I was in on Clowney. I like his game. I like the he's a great run defender and something that we can use in our front four. It's a shame. It's a shame it didn't work with him. And Joe made another move, and I'm waiting for the book, whether it's Samini or Ian or somebody. I need the book about this offseason, right? We got the Aaron Rodgers book already coming out. I need the book and the behind the scenes, the 30 for 30, if you will, on this. Like, I need to know everything when this comes to an end.
Ladies and gentlemen, the membership train has started. Party with Peg and Artie. They have gifted a channel membership to listener Big Green, not Boy Green, Big Green. Thank you, Peg and Artie. I also want to shout out everyone who was a part of the membership parade yesterday. Ladies and gentlemen, our newest Edgemo, as Keith Best would say, is the Craig in Australia emoji. Let's go, baby. I mean, Nick Shine, when it comes to Edgemos, this is as good as it gets.
It's outstanding. And my favorite part is the NY Jets on the gloves. We're attacking people internationally now at the Jets, not the show. It's fantastic. It's so good.
Are you a channel member on my channel, Nick?
I am.
Okay, I was going to say, if you weren't, whoever gives you a membership could get any item in the merch store. So
I'm pretty, I don't know. I think I signed up for it after I was gifted one, and then I signed up. I'm pretty sure.
What a gentleman. I was gifted one by Rick Kent on your channel. It was an honor.
Yes. Awesome. Glad to have you back. Got you in the fold now on the Discord too. So buckle up for that. That's pretty entertaining.
If anyone wants to gift memberships today, one, no, it's going to the Jet Fan Alcohol Fund when I buy drinks for people later. And two, our next Edgemo could very well be the Lane Train update, an emoji update to really encapsulate the greatness of the Lane Train. More coming. Hoser Daddy with a super chat. Cheers. Oh, baby. Thank you, Hoser Daddy. I appreciate that. How about that? That's a couple shots right there for the Jet fans later.
Nice.
Yeah, buddy. Let's talk about this game later, Nick. I want to start with Olu Fashanu. I expect him to play right tackle tonight. I think that he was being cross-trained this week specifically to get live game reps. at right tackle. He looked really good last week at left tackle. You know he's going to be fine there. I've seen enough there. If you're going to get him ready to actually have a big role in this team, if God forbid either Tyron or Morgan Moses suffer some sort of injury, well, Olu getting live game reps at right tackle in the preseason would be paramount. So I expect him to start at right tackle this evening. And based on everything we've heard this week, he's looked good at that spot. And I also I'm led to believe he's going to start there for this reason as well. In the joint practice, he was at right tackle with Rodgers and the ones. So if he's playing right tackle in the joint practice against another team, I would expect them to basically have him be the right tackle in this game later tonight. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I think they're extremely comfortable with his performance so far as left tackle. And I think you're at the point now where I think Thursday in the joint practice, Carter Warren gave up 3 sacks at right tackle. So I'm good with Olu being tackle 3 and being that swing and getting him prepared for both sides, because I'm always just a big proponent of, I want my best 5 out there. If you got to move somebody to make the 5 better, do it. You know, we've done that with ABT. It hasn't worked out because of the man injuries, but you drafted Olu to play. Let him contribute this year in the role that you have built for him. And then next year he becomes LT1 for, you know, many years to come. So I'm fine with that. I want, you drafted him high, maximize his value this year, right?
Amen. 400 of you are watching the show. There's only 102 likes. So please hit that thumbs up icon. It goes a long way towards the algorithm showing this show to more Jet fans so we can keep growing this community all together. All right. Another question I have for you about this game later. It has nothing to do, though, with the actual game, but everything to do with the Party of Champions later, Nick Shine. Of these drinks, of these specialty drinks tonight for the Asmaniacs, which one is Nick Shine having?
Water. I don't drink.
Oh, that's right. I should have known that, actually. Terrible question. I'm moving on.
No. Leave them up so everyone can see. Leave them up.
No, I forgot you don't drink. You've been very public about how you don't drink anymore.
Let's
and that was a terrible job. That, you know, I am a terrible friend. I should
always be selling, Jake. Always be selling. Let's look these over.
I'm just trying to get people excited, and I asked a recovering, non-alcohol drinker a question on what they're going to drink tonight.
Is the MetLife margarita green?
My understanding is I believe it will be green. Yes.
Then that's the one I'll look forward to watching people consume.
There you go.
We'll make it work.
Yeah, we'll find something for you. Maybe I'll bring some green Gatorade for you.
Dude, I'll have a pitcher of water, man. Don't worry about it. I'll have a pitcher of water. We'll be good.
Well, everyone else.
I'm hoping. I got to say, I'm a game time decision. As you know, Nick got knocked out of practice at his high school practice on Tuesday, concussion. He's coming to me early this afternoon. I'm going to check him out and see how he is. Taking the train, New York City, the noise, the commotion. I don't want to get him out there and then all of a sudden his head starts bumping because we're not 10 minutes from home, So game time decision.
When you walk in, it's going to be similar to Gorman walking in at the meetup I did in Jersey last week. It's going to be, like the Beatles just arrived off the plane.
Yeah. Well, we got to do what we weren't able to have the one score touchdown when we were together at the green and white scrimmage. Before you go do the shot, you're getting up on the shoulders for the
leading a jet chant.
You're on the show. We need a few of those. So we scored a touchdown today with the first group out there. I know it's probably Tyrod Taylor leading the way. We put 7 up. You're going up.
NY Jets situation report with a super chat towards the alcohol fund. 2 of the realists in the Jets content game. NY, appreciate you, man. Gunny, everyone subscribe to his channel. Does an excellent job. Has been on our show a bunch. Comments, questions, super chats. We'll cut the line. Nick, more on this game. I want your thoughts. What are some of the storylines? We talked about Olu, of course. What are some of the other storylines you're intrigued by when you break down Jets-Panthers later?
I want to see Brownlee again. I'm a big Brownlee guy as that back-end wide receiver. I think he can do some things long-term, maybe that Mike Williams replacement long-term. I don't think many of us expect Lazard to be here after Coach Salah set the timer and said, we can get out of this contract on this day. He drew the line in the sand and said, a Jet, not a Jet, and basically marked the calendar for us, right? So I want to see Brownlee, if he can be that vertical guy. He got one in the green and white. He got one last week against Washington. I want to see if they still target him downfield to see what he can do in one-on-ones in that jump ball 50-50 situation. He's been coming down with them. Defensively, I want to see Taylor again. I want to see Leonard Taylor the third, man. I want to see guys getting in the backfield, penetrating tackles for losses. If you can get tackles for losses in the run game and create long passing situations for this defense, we're in a great situation. So I want those are the one guy on each side. I don't know how many you want, but those are two guys that I got my eyes on when they're on the field, and I'm going to be watching.
I have a take that might be a little unpopular, but I want to get your thoughts on it. I don't need to see a whole lot of Braylon Allen later. I know he's already good. You know, you could put him in bubble wrap and you could play Isaiah Davis. You give Izzy more of an opportunity to showcase himself if you're going to go with 4 running backs. Like, to me, especially with Aaron coming off the injury, I want this team to be run heavy early on, especially week 1. Like, set the tone with Brees, set the tone with what Allen could do. I want those guys fresh, healthy, ready to roll for the start of the year. Allen looked the part in the game last week. He's looked the part anytime we've watched him this summer, getting reps with the ones. If they put Braylon Allen in basically bubble wrap after the first quarter tonight, I'm totally on board with that.
I might even go first drive. I might even shorten it, like run a screen, see if he can catch and get out of motion out in the field, have him pick up a blitz. All right, we're good. Get out. Yeah, I think he's shown already as a rookie his role is going to be defined. You got to include him in that package of guys that you want ready. Like you said, you know, if give him a little taste, get a couple plays, even if we don't score on the first drive. If the first drive is just let's dip Allen's toe in the water, there you go, chat. That was for you. And then just get him in, get him out, get him healthy, move on. I'm fine with it. I don't need to see a lot. I don't think it's a concern if he doesn't even play. But rookies usually do, right? I don't think you're giving him the veteran treatment of not playing, but get him a couple plays, get him out. Let's go.
Addison checks in with a $10 super chat. Thank you, Addison. I wish I could be there tonight with my fellow Asmaniacs. Cheers from LA. Nick will have a Shinikin.
It's good water. It's good water.
You gonna put like a little liquid IV in there so you get a little flavor, or just pure water?
High quality H2O.
Yeah.
No, I'll go with straight from the tap. I'm a tap water drinker. I'm not spending that much money on the bottles.
You're a tapsman?
I'm a tapsman. I like to tap it.
Gusbuster, hey, that's what she said. Gusbuster, you know what? I'm gonna do this to myself.
Calm your freaky down.
It's called for. That's called for. I bring that out in people.
Accountability, man. You know, hand up. That's all, man.
It's first steps admitting it.
Let's get to some calls now. If you want in on the conversation, the Gusbuster hotline link is pinned if you're watching live in the live chat. Let's go to, it looks like we have 2 people on the line to start us off. Kyle Clifton and a special guest. What's up, Kyle and special guest?
Hey, we're here with Clifton Jr., who's showing off some of the stuff from the merch store.
What's up, bud? Nice.
We got the same hat, Clifton Jr.
Yeah, we got the same hat on, and we got the youth tee, if you can show it there, Clifton Jr.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Looking good. I love it.
He's looking good. I'm trying to teach him all. I'm trying to teach him all of the things about NFL football and the Jets. He's new to it, and he's down to learn.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Get ready for get ready. I'm going to be positive. Get ready for an epic run of Jets fandom. You're getting in at the right time.
Yeah, let me grab that earphone back, Junior, and stop mugging for the camera. I'm going to make my Reddick point, if that's all right.
Go for it.
I like the shades, too. He looks good in the shades.
So the whole thing now with Judon, does that change the dynamic with Reddick? Because you're talking about a guy who's had just under 11 sacks over the last 3 years on average, who, according to Florio and his piece on PFT yesterday, he's going to play out the year on that deal. I mean, that still remains to be seen. I think they might tweak it in Atlanta, his deal. But you're talking about, with Reddick, someone whose contract is almost 2.5 times what Judon's is for this year. So I think at some point it's become about, capital preservation for these guys, right? They're trying to insulate themselves from fines. They're trying to retain the money that they actually already have. Maybe give yourself a bonus or some guarantees within this money. It doesn't look like the money is out there at 31 and 32 for these guys, respectively, to get these long-term extensions at mid-20s to upper 20s. What do you guys think about that?
Nick, your thoughts?
I don't want to give Reddick extra years because of this, because of you're not keeping your word, because you're not showing up. It sets a bad organizational precedent, and I don't want set. I don't want guys not here, right? So I'm with you where I don't want to give that extra money at this age. I don't want to give the extra money. If you want to guarantee this and you want to wipe away the fines, okay, but I'm not adding years to this, and I'm not giving that big balloon money. I'm really okay with riding without him if that's the case. Like I would be disappointed if Joe drops a 3-year deal for $75 million or whatever after this, because now everyone's going to do this to you to get what they want. And
Right.
I'm not for that at all.
I don't think of myself as a spiteful person. Before this, I would have been open, since he's only 31, to a year add-on, like kind of a Band-Aid type contract. But seeing the way he's acting, I'm kind of less inclined to do that, where he could have gotten himself a decent raise, where he's not the 19th highest pass rusher in the league. Maybe he got something that approached $20 million. But now I think that he's alienating himself from the Jets, and he might be alienating himself from the greater NFL. Thanks for your time, guys.
Kyle, appreciate you and your son rocking the merch. That's awesome. Look, I mean, to me, it is a bad look all around. Jets included in this, but at this point, how the Jets have handled it, Nick, I think is the right approach, because once again, they do have the leverage here. Reddick can do whatever he wants. At the end of the day, the Jets have him under contract, and if he does not show up, he does not get to hit free agency next year. His contract would toll. So at some point, he's showing up.
And he's 29. I know Kyle kept saying he's 31. He's 29. So still, you're pushing. You're on the wrong side of. You're in your late 20s. You're an edge rusher. So not everyone can get 6-year deals like Von Miller did at 33 years old. But I don't know, man. He's handled this so poorly. I want him on the field. I want him on the field for this year, but I do not want Reddick back after this. That's me. I don't. I don't know how you look at the rest of your locker room and reward this. And everything's been wrong. Everything Reddick's done has been wrong. Showing up, saying you'll be there, not doing it, and now demanding a trade. Like you don't want to open up that can of worms for future negotiations with the Jets. We don't want that drama. We don't want that playbook being a thing for our players.
If you're watching live, please hit the like button. Thanks to the 424 of you tuned in live right now. Appreciate the support. Make sure you guys check out Nick Shine's channel, Proud NYJ Fan, for more Jets content. Alan with a super chatter. The Panthers expected to play their ones. And does Nick have a Bobby Boucher jersey for tonight?
No Bobby Boucher. No, I'm not a jersey guy at all. But yeah, the Bobby Boucher guy at the green and white scrimmage was epic. We should have knocked that porta potty over. I'm regretting that we didn't do it.
Yeah, I know exactly which fan you're talking about at that practice. I mean, of all the 8-year-olds you trucked that day, why didn't you truck the grown adult? It was a big pain
I
in
fight
the
battles
ass.
I can win, Jake. I fight battles that I can win. All right, what do you want from me? I'm old. I'm not throwing the dukes at nobody.
Are the Panthers expected to play their one? So I was doing some digging on this. It has not been confirmed if Bryce Young is going to play later, so I'm not sure. I would guess he is, but I'm not entirely sure. Andy Dalton is injured right now, so we're looking at like Jake Luton and I forget who their other quarterback is that's going to see some time. But point is, I don't know if we're going to get a whole lot of great quarterback play once Young leaves the game. So we'll see. But, I mean, we could have said that about Peasley and Martinez, and they looked pretty good last week for the Jets. So I guess you never know.
Yeah. Yeah, who you looking forward to see their repeat performance? Either of those quarterbacks that you're like, all right, let me see what he does. If he does it again, can either one of those make a roster push, in your opinion?
I think it's going to be tough for them because I don't think they're going to keep 3 quarterbacks. But one of them's on the practice squad, so it's either Peasley or Martinez. That's interesting.
Yeah, you pulling for either one, or you just want best guy? Like, do you have a rooting interest at all?
Yeah, I don't really have a preference who's ever the best player, but I will say this. I watched a lot of Martinez in college. He has a lot of talent. You saw that. Like, he's a really good athlete. So, maybe not the worst idea in the world to go with the guy with potentially the higher upside, but, to be fair to Peasley, he looked pretty good too. So whoever's the best guy for the job, fine by me.
Martinez fumbling the snap and having the athleticism to still get out to the sideline. Like that was impressive. That was, to me, on top of all the throws and the other runs. You don't see many quarterbacks fumble the snap and then still be able to get out to the sideline and break the pocket like that. So his maneuverability was impressive.
The super chats keep flowing in, baby. Reminder, super chats are going to the Asmaniacs later. Drinks are being bought for the people. Love watching your show. Chip in for my fellow fans tonight. Thank you, Anthony. Tony, the homie on X, how many carries do you see Braylon Allen getting per game behind Brees? I think that will be matchup oriented, Anthony, because I think they're going to feature Brees a lot. What's nice knowing with Allen is he's a guy that you can come in, you feel comfortable with him. Rodgers trusts him, and God forbid there's an injury to Brees, you feel like you're not totally screwed like you would have been last year with just Dalvin Cook and Izzy as your only other backs. So I think early on we're talking maybe like 4 to 5 carries per game for Braylon Allen, but he could have a bigger role depending on how he plays, and he could be a weapon on third down. I mean, they've used him all over the field when you watch these practices this summer, so there's already a lot of trust with Rodgers and Hackett in Braylon Allen.
Yeah, I think it's going to change from week to week based on the score. Weeks that were up 20, who's going to get some more carries, right? Other times it's just going to be spell Brees, get him out. You know, I think he's going to have anywhere from 4 to 8 touches in San Francisco. If we get a lead, maybe you give Brees that spell, get Allen in there on first down, and now you're bringing Brees in on third downs, you know, second and third down where he's fresh instead of being tired there. But to answer the question, I do expect Allen to give many car rides this season because he's going to be carrying defenders downfield. So
well done, sir.
That's how you tie it together. That's a pretty little
no,
bow.
That's why you're a professional, man. More of your calls right now. Ladies and gentlemen, a man with great Wi-Fi at all times is on the line. We bring on the great Ricky NY. What's up, Ricky?
Ricky, my man.
Hey, Jake. What's happening, Nick?
How are you, pal?
Unfortunately, I will not be able to be there with you guys tonight. I wish I could be. Like Nick, I also do not drink, but I promise I will have something green for the game. Maybe a salad.
Nice.
At any rate, as far as Haason Reddick, I remember when I turned 25, my dad called me and he said, well, you're closer to 30 than you are 20. And that's the reality of it. I think he made the wrong move. I think his agent gave him the wrong advice. And if I was him, I would probably circle back around to whatever the Jets offered him. And it might be looking a little bit better now. But like you guys, I mean, he's got to show up at some point. No more talking about him, though. I want to talk about the guys that are here. In particular tonight, I want to see some more Tack McKinley, some more JBC, and some more Stiggers. And those three in particular, I want to see really who steps up. And I know Stiggers has been a great story. And, you know, everybody thinks maybe we have the replacement for Reed already on the roster. I won't go that far yet. But Brandon Eccles is also a free agent after the year. And at very worst, maybe Stiggers could turn into our primary backup. So I'm really curious to see those guys and how they perform tonight, and just looking forward to a good game. My best friend's a Panthers fan, and so I'll be there with him to rub it in because now his team is the dumpster fire, not mine. So it's be a nice evening. Looking forward to it. Great show, guys. And
Ricky,
go Jake Asman.
You're the man, and your internet held up as well as
that's the real MVP today. That's the real MVP. Shout out to Ricky's internet. Ricky's internet, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm blown away. Like Ricky's one of my favorite all-time callers. Great listener. Got a chance to get to know him over the last couple of years. He's in the Discord, and he just for the last, I would say, like really the last 3 months has gotten to a point where like we couldn't even get through his calls. It was so bad, but like. That was the best it's been in a long time. So, Ricky, whatever you did, do that exact same thing going forward because that worked.
Maybe you got to have me on more. Maybe that's the missing piece. Professional plug right there. Plug.
I love it. This guy's a real broadcast. Genergy says Ricky NY emoji. Well, I got some good news here. I believe Snowball sent me a Ricky emoji that I could use. So I have that ready to go. I got to find out how many members we are away, but I'm going to pull that up as we continue the show here. I'll show you guys the Ricky emoji that I have ready to use. So if we get enough members, we can add that pretty quickly because that is in the works already. Super chat from Dre. He writes in, come out tonight to T Squared, meet Jake and your favorite Asmaniacs, take pictures and do some shots. That's right. All fans in attendance are allowed to take pictures with one of our big time callers who has called in. All right. I'll take pictures with anyone, of course, but you don't want a picture with me when we have this guy in the house later.
I mean, honestly, it's time for another Vman call. I mean, honestly, I'm not sleeping.
Yeah, baby.
You're up here?
Yeah. Yeah, of course.
Awesome.
Yeah, no. This is gonna be a fun night. I'll tell you that much.
V-Man, I need some energy later from you, though. All right.
Okay, don't worry. I'll bring some energy. I promise that.
All right.
Any
Take
truth to the
take
fact
a
that you only
nitrogen
take-
shot. Let's go.
Any truth to the fact that you're only taking pictures in the restroom?
No.
Okay.
Whoever's, I don't know where you heard that Bonchin shit.
Bathroom selfie.
I don't know where you heard that.
The first time you go to the bathroom, there's going to be a crowd rush for everyone to get a picture.
I don't know where you heard that, but I don't know where you heard that Bonchin shit, but that's all it is. But
read it on the internet.
That's a good point. Internet wouldn't lie.
The internet also says a lot of that's also a bunch of Bonchin shit.
V-Man, what time is your train today? I want to make sure that I have surveillance on you.
I actually haven't checked the train schedule, but considering it's probably about an hour ride, it's probably be sometime around 5-ish.
All right.
I gotta check the MTA train schedule.
Well,
I mean,
make sure you
Metro
do that.
North train schedule, whatever, same thing.
All right, V-Man. Well, I have high expectations for you.
By the way,
halftime show is going to be great.
By the way, I was gonna ask you, do you want to save the rum for the Jets Patriots home opener, or do you want me to bring it now?
Save it for the home opener.
Okay, just want to double check with you.
All right.
Great. I don't really got much else to say because I think everyone else has said with the Haason Reddick stuff.
What are you wearing tonight?
I told you what I was wearing. I told you I'm wearing my Mitchell Ness Joe Namath number 12.
That's right. That's right. I just want to make sure you're still wearing that.
Yeah, no, I got that. And like I said, with the Reddick stuff, it's like, look, we're at this point. I think I agree with the fact that his agent made a bad gamble. They took a gamble. I think it's blown up in their face. They look like fools. They look bad in front of the fan base, and that's the more important thing because the league always is going to make us look bad. The league is always going to, look at us with a negative outlook until we actually do something of merit. So right now, it's like that doesn't matter what the league thinks. It matters what this fan base and what this organization, how this organization looks at this situation, and he's losing this situation, and I think he's going to break soon.
All right, V-Man. Well, I'll tell you what. Tonight, an entire army of Asmaniacs get to meet you. So get ready to bring it, all right?
All right, man. I got to get going.
All right. Make sure you take an early train, too. Better be safe than sorry.
Peace.
Bye, V-Man.
That's the end of this V-Man call. Time for him to get back to pooping.
Good news, too, by the way, Nick.
Say again?
I said, some good news, too, for V-Man. The bathrooms at T-Squared Social, pristine.
Nice.
Very clean. So
nice.
V-Man's in good shape.
Something he said I just want to add on to. Whenever you have a player holding out, the organization looks as if they're losing until you win, right? It's an L until the win occurs. So it's just, and that's not us, that's everyone. When look at the 49ers right now. So you always look bad until you get the W. And then once you get the W, you move forward.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mother effing Chew just writes in, cheers. Chew? I know exactly what I need to do.
Choo, mother effing chew.
Yeah, buddy. Thank you, Chew. Appreciate the support. Another super chat here. Then we go right back to your calls. Jetted Out says, smart way should have been to hold in. Haason went national TV and gave a dedication speech and did opposite. I can't respect that. Let him come or rot. I mean, I get it. I'm just saying to you as a Jet fan, Jetted Out, this guy is a phenomenal player. When he comes back, he's going to help this team win. He's really good. So that is the most important thing here. Getting him back because he could truly be a difference maker in a huge playoff game when you're facing the best of the best. You could beat the Titans and the Patriots without Haason Reddick. Maybe you can even win week 1 with the way the Niners are dealing with a McCaffrey injury. Trent Williams and Ayuk are still up in the air right now with their contracts. Like maybe you can even win week 1. But if you want to go through the AFC playoffs with Allen, Burrow, Lamar, Mahomes, of course, having a guy who could game wreck like Reddick, get to the quarterback, that's how you win. That's how the Giants won 2 Super Bowls against the greatest quarterback of all time with their pass rush. So, like, Reddick can help you there. So let's not lose sight of how good of a football player this guy has been.
Oh, yeah. Throw out one of my analogies. It's like the homecoming queen who wants nothing to do with you. Then all of a sudden one day pays attention to you. We're all going to fall in love very quick. Like with his play, we're going to very quickly change our opinions and say, thank God we got him in here.
Amen. More of your calls right now. Ladies and gentlemen, this guy said, if I don't get to him, we can't ever get to him. He's very busy. Nate, parentheses, Nate. Hello, Nate.
Nate.
Can you hear me?
Yes, Nate. Hello.
I just got terrible audio as you put me on. Hold on. Hi, how's it going? Sorry, I have to leave in 5 minutes from Boston, from enemy territory, to make sure I can get to the Jake Asman T-Squared special tonight.
That's right, baby.
Looking forward to that. Nick, how you doing? Jake is completely
well,
frozen on my screen. I feel like I'm only talking to you. Excellent. Got both of you back. Jake, I'm going to reiterate a lot of points on Haason Reddick, so feel free to cut me off at any point. But
thanks for the time, Nate. More of your calls. No, I'm just kidding. You're back.
I set you up.
Yeah.
Put it right on the tee for you. You're good at your job. I put it on the tee for you. I think I said it last call when we went back and forth when I was trying to give you the RELAX treatment in terms of like it's just a ploy by his agent, and if the agent didn't come out and with this idiotic statement publicly, we wouldn't be having 5 Jake Asman shows about it in the last week. I agree with Nick. Nick said the 19th, and I basically said that to you last time. Until there's 2 weeks or 3 weeks when players say that's how much time they need, he could do whatever he wants. He can make as much noise and scream. He could go on silent retreats. He can whatever you said, F Jake Asman shirts, F Joe Douglas shirts. He could do whatever he wants underneath as long as he shows up and plate, and he needs to do that to pay. Also, the other thing in the last back and forth we had on your show, Jake, you said, "Oh, this is only the Jets kind of thing. What other team would trade for a pass rusher without getting the deal done?" And then within days of you saying that, another team trades for a pass rusher and who wants a new deal, and they didn't get the deal done.
Here's the difference, though. Judon and the team seemingly appear pretty close to a new deal. Now, if he plays on his current deal, then I'll say, you know what? It wasn't just the Jets. I will rescind that comment and give the Jets the benefit of the doubt. But like my understanding, reading all the details of that trade and where things stand is they had already started contract talks where they felt comfortable making the deal. The Jets and Reddick never came close to agreeing to a deal. We never got that report.
No, yeah, you're right. But it was just I thought it was ironic to see that. But it is. I think the biggest difference is that they're both like to compare them both. They're both old speed rushers. Like we didn't get 30-year-old J.J. Watt, and I think Nick. He said he's 29. I think his team's 30 within weeks. Like I think by Halloween he's going to turn 30. So by next year it'll be his 31-year-old season. But it's like when does a Shaq Barrett, when does a Matthew Judon, when do those like speed guys in their 30s put up 12 or 15 sacks? This is when they fall off. So it's like I want him this year. I want him for our Super Bowl run. And I think JD's just he knows he anticipated this as much as it sucks, but he knew that this was a possibility the entire time. Quickly on the game tonight, Jake, I'm looking forward to see Stiggers take over. Not only people are talking about DJ Reed, he's coming for sausage. No, okay, let me stop. I don't want to get cut off twice. But I'm excited to see Stiggers. Nick Martinez, or I'm sorry, not Nick Martinez, his brother, Adrian Martinez. I want to see him against 2s and 1s. Like give Tyrod a series, and if they have starters out there, that's what I want to see Peasley and Martinez against. I don't want to see Peasley specifically. I don't see Martinez because I think he has a shot to be the third. I don't want to see him against the 4th stringers that are going to be working Amazon in 2 weeks. I want to see.
Yeah, but that's what he's going to do because they're going to give Tyrod reps tonight to get ready for the year.
I guess, yeah. I guess at some point I want to see him against 2s is what I'm saying. I want to see like if that's the real cut the cloth for me with Peasley and Martinez. But thank you both for the time, and I'm repping well in Patriots territory, and I'll see you in a couple hours.
Love it, Nate.
Safe travels, bud. Have a good
Love
trip.
it. Yeah, I just think Tyrod's probably playing a quarter tonight, if I had to guess.
Yeah, and we don't know how much the Giants are going to play their guys next week, so I would want Taylor maybe not out there much next week. Let's just get to opener, everyone healthy. That might be the week where you get some Peasley, Martinez, splitting a lot of time.
Sam with a super chat. I'm part of the 1%. Pay Reddick. Calling his agent an idiot is pure subscription to owner dysfunctionality. Well, I don't know what the 1% is. Sam, you mean the 4%? Are you a female viewer? Part of the 4% female demographic that we have? Also, I don't know who called his agent an idiot. The Jets have publicly said that.
Yeah, I know here. I don't know what the ownership has to do is. I want ownership hands off, and I think that's what we've gotten the last couple of years, and that's why we've become a competent organization.
Yeah, they've let
Joe
Douglas and
is
Saleh
running
do
the
their
football
thing.
program. They've backed off. The Johnsons have backed off. The only thing the Johnsons have been in on is the Aaron Rodgers trade with going out to Cali for him. But any owner is going to be involved when you're going to trade for a player like that. Rodgers wanted to meet ownership. He wanted to know who he's going to work for. So other than that, when is the last time the Johnsons have been involved in something?
Yeah,
they cut the checks. It's Douglas's football program, guys. It's
100%.
not the owners trying to get headline signings anymore. It's not.
Look, they're involved, right? Like they made the decision to retain the GM and coach, but like that to me was the right decision. You're seeing it through. Rodgers unfortunately got hurt. We all know what happened. This is the year. And they have basically said if they don't win, they're making changes, which I think every Jet fan agrees with that approach if they can't get it done this year. So yeah, you can get on the ownership for a lot of things in the past, but where we are right now, to me, they've done what they've had to do. They even got us the jerseys we wanted.
This is what I want my owner doing.
Yep.
Signing the checks. That's it. I don't want you making personnel. Did Robert Kraft make personnel decisions? No. But Robert Kraft gets credit for being a great owner. Why? Because he hired Bill Belichick at the right time. And they made all the right moves. And they made all the players great. So
hit the
I
like
don't want
button.
my
What a
owner
point.
being Jerry Jones.
Let's go. Nick Shine's
I
on
want
one
my
today.
owner being my general manager. I want my owner writing a check, and that's it. And wearing your bling and being a little joke on the sideline. That's it. Don't do anything with personnel decisions.
Hey, Nick, you know what time it is?
Game time. Who?
Bobby time.
Oh, you know I like the Yankees and the Jets. Can't believe Jake and Rogers met. I'm more than just a hat on Bobby.
Jake, it's Jake Plum and the other quarterback you were looking for.
What quarterback?
Jake Plummer is the other quarterback.
Jake Plummer.
Yeah.
Is it Jake
Not
Plummer?
even a hello. Not even a hello from
No.
Mr. Midnight. Hi, Bobby.
Hi, Nick. How you doing, Nick?
I'm fine. Happy to see you. I like the
It's
hat.
nice to
Looks
see
good
you
on you.
too. Yeah.
Jack Plummer, Bobby. I don't know if he's. I'm guessing he's Jake's son.
Jack Plummer.
Yeah, he's highly touted.
Yeah, Jack Plummer is the quarterback.
Nice hat, Bob.
Yeah, so Nick, if you can't make it today, come to my show later on today and come on to see Jake's party. All right?
I don't do shows during a Jet game. I don't.
Well, that's your problem then.
That's not my problem. I don't want your feelings hurt. I'm just telling you, like
That's
either
your problem then.
either before or
Go
after.
play with your trains, Nick.
I'm sorry.
Go play with the trains, Nick. Damn it. Maybe Nick Jr. will show up for my show.
I'm Nick Jr. I keep telling you this.
Nick, you're little Nick. That's what I meant. Will
All right.
show up to my show. And you could just stay in the toilet if you want.
Wow.
Yeah.
Crap of crap.
Yeah.
How you feeling?
Jake, I'm doing great. I took my medicines.
Nice.
I
Like to
took
hear
my-
that.
Bobby, I sent you a Jake Asman pint glass so you could take your medicine out of that pint glass.
Yeah, that'd be good. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I appreciate it.
Yep,
Nick?
no
Do
problem.
you have a if you're doing a show during a Jet game, do you have a like Jake's gonna do shots with
Wait,
everyone?
hold on 1 second. Breaking news. Steven says, as soon as Bobby or Charles come on, you lose me. I'll be back in 10 minutes. Well, Steven, here's what I've decided to do. All right. I'm going to make this decision easier for you. Forget 10 minutes, right? Come on, 10 minutes. What are we doing here? How about 24 hours? See you, Steven.
Now look what you've done. No more protection from the Asmaniacs. Had to pull you out of the chat and cast you down with the sodomites. Some time in here will feel like you've been run over by the lane train. You understand me? You catch my drift? Give them another 24 hours to think about it.
Well, I wanted to add something to that before you threw that shithead into the hole. I wanted to say he could kiss my ass. That's what.
Oh, Bobby, damn.
All right. Wow. Whoa.
I
Bob,
don't even know Steven
do you have
shit.
any? This is your first Jet stream during a game. Do you have any like celebratory plans for when the Jets score a touchdown? Like, are you gonna get up, dance, maybe take the shirt off, wave it above the head, rally the crowd?
No.
Right.
Like you don't come on streams. I don't take off my shirt. So
okay, I'm just asking. Do you have anything planned?
JETS. My brother's got to be on the show too, Jake.
Oh, now I'm in.
We got Mikey on the show.
No, you're not coming in. No.
I'll see myself out.
No.
Have you ever told Lane to go play with his effing trains?
No, Lane is a great guy.
He's a big fan of yours, Bob.
Yeah, I love Lane. I want to talk to him live one day.
Whoa, look what we just got here from Jorge Perez.
Nice.
Ladies and gentlemen, a 10 spot of channel memberships. Oh, baby.
That's very nice.
Hey now, ladies and gentlemen, it's raining memberships.
Money.
All right, here we go. If you hear your name called, you're a member. Justin, Matthew Kosecki, Anthony G, Ed, John LG, Motivational Means Media, Franklin Fung, Big Will, Justin 79, Motivated T. You are all channel memberships. Let's go. That's now 11 we added. Folks, the next emoji has been revealed. Ladies and gentlemen, to honor Ricky NY.
All right, that'd be good. I like that one.
The emoji's ready to roll. We just need another 38 members. So we'll see if we can get that either tonight on the post game if I do one, or first thing tomorrow morning.
I didn't know you had one ready to go. I had a suggestion for you. I would have had him like looking frustrated trying to plug the wire into like a router.
No, he has a hard wire now.
That's what I'm saying, but like trying to plug it in and it doesn't fit.
He bought himself a hard wire now. That's what Mike D's nuts told him to buy a hard wire. So
did you just say Mike D's nuts?
Is this Mike D's nuts?
Yeah, he told him to buy a hard wire for his computer.
That's what he needed. Yeah, I use hardline internet too.
Well, I use Wi-Fi.
Well, Bobby, thank you for calling in.
Yeah.
You got great Wi-Fi, Bob. You've never glitched.
You never glitch either.
Oh, thanks, buddy.
I look forward to tuning into your show from T Squared. I'll call in.
Yeah, and Nate's going to have a camera around his neck and walk all over the park.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
All right.
So people who can't make it, join my party at 5:30 tonight. You got to sing happy birthday to Bonesy and this place.
That's right.
He's like a 21-year-old girl. He's got like a 3-month birthday at this point.
Yeah, well, he wants to celebrate with all his friends.
Are you going to sing to him tonight, Bob?
Yeah, tonight at 5:30.
What if you did it now? Have you thought about that?
He's not in the chat, is he?
Well, what if I told you he is?
He is? Okay, well, where is he?
Would you sing to him now if I could somehow, get him on the show?
Yes.
The only thing better than Alden shoes is Joey D, cause he totally rules. Jake, my brother, I'm high as a kite. I love everybody. Damn, this show is crazy.
Hi, Bonesy. How you doing?
Bobby!
Well, I could sing on my show later today. I'll call you up at 5:30.
We'll sing on this show because I want to see it.
Ooh, yeah. Jake wants you.
I'm going to sing on my show, too.
All right, you can do it again. The Bonesy birthday never ends. He's a 16-year-old girl, as Nick said.
Well, I say Nate's birthday twice in one day.
No.
He got 2 birthdays.
I know you work at Alden, Bonesy, but we got to get you some Uggs and some leggings that's the uniform. That's the white girl army uniform. The female viewers have to be going through the roof right now with the 4 of us on air together at the same time. This is a legendary moment.
Yeah, I'm the lowest.
You're the highest.
Do you guys think I lost some weight in my face?
You shaved.
No, lost weight.
Yeah. Well, you technically lost weight because you had the weight of your hair.
I mean, my face compared to before. I was so.
I got to admit though, I've never seen your face. It's usually so I like seeing your face. I think you're a handsome dude, and I like that you show your face. Bobby. Come on. That's it. Bobby, turn your freaky down.
Bobby, you're like Ash Ketchum when he turns his hat backwards. You know, shit's about to get real.
Never heard of the person.
You never seen Pokemon?
No.
Oh, I guess that's more
Bobby
my
watches
generation.
Power. He watches real
I
shows.
watch Power. Yes.
My
Power.
generation, Sylvester Stallone and Over the Top when he turns a
Oh,
hat.
Over the Top. I saw that.
You can see the generational gap between me and Jake here.
I
I'm like, that's not Sylvester's character name. What the hell is he talking
Over the
about?
Top. That was the hand arm wrestling movie. Yep, I saw that movie.
Bobby, are you going to sing for Mr. Bonesy?
Yes, I'm ready.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we present a rousing rendition of Happy Birthday for Mr. Bonesy, performed by Bobby Midnight.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Mr. Bonesy. Happy birthday to you. And I love you very much. Okay. That was good, Mr. Bonesy.
Oh, I'm tenting, Bobby. I'm tenting.
You're tenting?
Bobby, any
Oh,
truth
no.
to the fact that you want to sing Mr. Bonesy happy birthday again because his 41st birthday is not that far away at this point? We're going to start next year's celebration live here today, folks.
No, I think I'm
Nick,
nice to you.
Nick, if you don't tell your son if he's hurting, he can come chill at the store. We'll leave him here. He has free Wi-Fi, free drinks, whatever he wants, man. He just has to get a headache. That's an option too.
Free shoes?
No.
Free shoes. Whatever he wants, man.
You gotta be careful of concussions. I agree with that.
Yeah.
I know.
The tunnel going underneath the train in the tunnel, man. Like, I don't know.
But maybe he'll come on my show. Nick Shine just could sit in the background watching the game and don't.
Not while the Jets are.
Bobby, is that you calling Bonesy?
Are you calling Bonesy?
No, he's not. Joe Bonesy's got it. I'm putting him to work again as usual.
That ain't me.
Well, gentlemen, we accomplished a lot during this call. Bonesy, we will be at Alden's at 5:30 for the pre-show party.
Yeah.
Hold on one second. I just want to give a shout out to a couple people that I'm really going to miss tonight. I got to name a couple, but the phone keeps ringing. I'm muting it. But definitely got to shout out Gator. You will be missed, my man. Diddy and Ricky and Johnny and Jay and Boom and Hawk and Bobby, of course.
Not Hawk. We can stop with that, but continue.
Oh, come on. We're going to miss Hawk there, too.
Look, we can honor Hawk right now. All right? Here you go, Hawk.
Oh, I hate that. You gotta burn this chart. It makes me sick.
Why?
It's horrible. You play this all the time.
I think it looks great. It kind of shows you what the Jets are gaining this year at the quarterback spot.
I know that. They show it. My eyes bleed when they see this.
How do you think I feel?
Shout out to Craig from Down Under.
Yes.
Is Jay Quest coming?
I think he is a game time decision, but I think he's trending towards being there now that his dad is thankfully out of the hospital.
Yep, I knew that. So prayers up for that. What about Rob and Neil? I haven't talked to them.
Neil unfortunately had it. Yeah, Neil can't make it. Family situation popped up, and Rob will be there though.
Rob's coming. I'm gonna miss Stack and Murph and Rich and Jeff and John and everybody, man. Sarah, Golden Blonde Beauty.
Well, she'll probably be on my show later today.
Oh, baby.
Oh, look at Bobby.
Addie, how am I forgetting Addie?
Next night showing up. I'm not letting them on my show if Sarah comes on.
We're gonna miss too many people tonight, but if I missed anybody, I think Blitz is coming. This is gonna be fucking epic. I'm so excited to see everybody. And listen, 5:30 at Alden. I can't serve alcohol, so don't think you're coming here to get messed up. We're just coming here to chill and take pictures and hang out before we go.
5:30 for you.
All right, love you. Hey, yo, Jake and Shine together is better than peanut butter and jelly, peas and carrots, Mr. Bonesy and Joey, 3 legs. It's better than King and Lowski.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Bonesy.
Later, guys.
Yeah, that was good.
All right, Bob. Well, we're counting on you to kind of hold it down later for those who can't make it. All right, you stream your show. People will be calling in, giving updates, showing off the venue.
Yeah. If Nick doesn't want to show up, he doesn't have to show up. If Sarah comes in, he'll probably want to come in.
Bob, I wouldn't go talk to my own mother during the Jet game. That's how I get. Like, if I'm
Oh,
watching
no,
the game,
that's
I'm
not
watching the
nice.
game.
What if Gary's wife showed up?
Bobby, you really need to calm your freaky down, cause I'm not there to help you. Oh, wiggle, beagle, beagle, deedle, deedle, beagle, beagle.
Oh, come on.
Maybe. Maybe.
That's horrible.
Bobby, thank you for the time. I'm looking forward to seeing how things go later.
Yes.
Farewell, Bob.
Hi, everybody. This is Bob from Vermont. I am Bob, of course.
I am Bob. I love the little head tilt with it.
I am Bob. Of course. That New York accent comes out there at the end. I love it. Bob from Vermont.
Great. Legend.
We're going to wrap up here just a bit, but we do have another caller we'll get to here. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to shout out Rick Kent, who's always one of the most generous listeners we have. Thank you so much, Rick. And Rick gifted me a membership on your channel, so appreciate that, Rick.
That's nice to go.
He says, have a drink on me and have a great time tonight. Wish I could be there. Rick, you will be there in spirit, my man. Looking forward to seeing you in London, I believe you're going to, right? So I'll be out there for that game with you. John LG with a gifted membership. Let's go, baby. Yeah. And the membership that John is gifting went to listener Dan Philcock. So, Dan, congrats. John, appreciate you, man. I saw you got a membership gifted to you, so nice of you to pay it forward by gifting a membership. The great Mike D's Nuts is in the house. He says, party it up for me, guys. I can't make it. Mike, you'll be there in spirit. Mike D's Nuts says, I'm like Nick. Don't call me during the game. LOL. Yeah, I am the same way. People ask me, how come you don't stream during games? I don't want that on camera. I am a menace. I am too locked in. I'm crazy. And I just, no, can't do it. And like when people try and ask me to do things or call me or they're texting me as if I'm not watching the same game you are, it drives me. I mute all the group chats. There's very few people I interact with during a Jets game. That's it.
The phone gets turned to mute and it goes face down on the other side of the room. Because when you're watching it or you're streaming it, the tweets from Connor Hughes and everyone come in before the play's even on TV. So you can't even look at your phone. I don't know why you. Yeah, I don't do that. I don't get how some fans can live tweet a game. Like, stop. By the time
I only check the phone at commercial breaks.
What play you're talking about?
Yep. I only check the phone during commercial breaks if I like going to throw out a tweet or something in the Discord. That's it.
Yeah.
Like, or there's they go to commercial after a Jet player is injured. I'm checking Twitter right away to see if there's an update or something like that.
Yeah. If my son's not with me, if he's at his mom's for the game, like we'll talk during the game. But he'll call me before a big play happens. I haven't even seen it yet, and I got to call him back after. So yeah, I don't even look at the phone. I don't want any connection with the world. I'm locked in.
If you're a crazy Jet fan like us, hit the like button. Shout out to everyone who's tuned in right now. This guy is not a Jet fan necessarily, but he's quickly becoming one, and we love him. Ladies and gentlemen, Jerome, the Packer fans on the line. What's up, Jerome?
What's going on, Jake? What's going on, Jake? How you doing, Nick? How you doing, Nick?
How are you?
I'm listening to you guys, man, and you're giving some good analysis here about the outlook of what's going on in the camps or whatnot. And I'm not able to follow as much, having not been a Jet fan, because I'm watching my Packers a lot. But I am intrigued by and excited about what you guys have and what you guys are able to do. That Haason thing, as I was telling Jake, has had me all up in my feels, man. Because it's like y'all got everything going for you. It's all right there for you, and it's so like the Jets thing for y'all to have a wrinkle, and y'all don't need that right now because you're trying to go in. But I'm with you with the one of the guys I've watched and I've liked. Well, actually, it's two of them, and y'all have a lot of diamonds in the rough. That Brownlee guy, I like him.
Yeah.
And that Braylon Allen guy. And with Haason, we hope Joe, and I'm hopeful that Joe gets something done, because as wrong as he is, I'm kind of on the Jet side of things as far as how they're handling it. But you guys will need him for like 2 or 3 games, maybe. It'll be in the balance. And he's a guy that wrecks games. He's a guy that's the difference, but he could be the difference between getting you past Mahomes and Burrow. But even with that, Jake knows I've always pegged you guys at 14-3. I'm always hollering 14-3, and we're gonna get there by hook or crook, because y'all have a lot of diamonds in the rough. If it's on the arm of Aaron Rodgers, if it's on the backs of Brees and Brace, if it's the defense, if it's the special teams, we gonna move the chains. And I expect Jet fans to see competent football play this year. I'm gonna be there for 3 games, and all I want to see is first down, move the chains. That's how I feel about that. That's how I feel about that, man.
I love it.
Jerome,
What
from
game
your
you
lips
coming?
to God's ears, my man. Appreciate your support as always.
Nice.
What would you do if the Jets went 14-3? I wouldn't even know how to act.
Oh, we will be the most unbearable human beings on the
Yes.
face of the earth.
And
We
it'd be
win.
deserved.
Monday night, 11:45. We win that game. When we win that game, Twitter's getting shut down. Twitter's getting shut down.
Nah, this fan base is ready.
I mean, it's we're gonna break the internet this year. I say 13-4 because the last game of the year against the Dolphins won't mean anything because we'll have the 1 seed locked up.
Mhm.
So, but I'm on. If we need it, 14-3, but 13-4, 1 seed locked up, baby. Let's go.
Sign me up.
Championship. It's ring season, Jake. It's ring season.
Look, what I have right here is what we're playing for, folks. Playing for a Super Bowl championship.
That's it.
Joe Namath gave me his personal ring. He's like, Jake, show this off to the Asmaniacs tonight at the party. And I said, Joe, it's an honor. This ring is so big. Yeah, that's what it's all about. Thank you, Joe Namath. Very nice of you.
Very kind. Very kind.
Hit the like button if you're tuning in. If you want the Jets to go 13-4, be the 1 seed, Super Bowl champions.
Are you bringing that tonight?
Am I bringing a 13-4 record prediction?
No, the ring. Because I will allow you to punch me in the head like the Dave Chappelle and Rick James skit and leave the indentation in my forehead.
Probably not. You know, this is my most valuable item.
Are you too young for the
I don't want
Chappelle references?
No, I've seen the Chappelle show.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I've seen the
Unity right across the forehead. It's embedded in his head.
I don't want to get mugged on the subway later, man. I can't be wearing this.
All right, that's fair.
You know. Glenn writes in, Jet win tonight, LFG. Glenn, from your lips to God's ears.
Yeah, that's good. Anybody, any of the other players that we didn't discuss earlier that you're looking forward to seeing?
I am looking forward to seeing what hat Aaron wears on the sideline. He's always got a good hat choice.
Fair. I know a lot of people were saying last week for the Washington game that hat wasn't available anywhere.
I think that's the training camp hat. It's
That's
it's
what
on
I
the Jets
thought.
website. Yeah.
That's what I thought, and I put it up for the guy, and I said it's this one. He's like, no, it's different. All right, pal. Good luck to you.
Jetted out writes in.
Whoa.
I stand by 14-3 in 38-10 over the 49ers in the Super Bowl.
We
If the
will
Jets-
be on the streets celebrating.
Oh my
like
God.
maniacs.
Dude, there's just if the Jets eventually do win a Super Bowl, right? And God willing, it's this year. There's no scenario where they do it in blowout fashion. It's going to be the most stressful, agonizing game any of us have ever experienced. Like,
It's going to be Patriots Vinatieri-esque. It's going to be Zerline kicking kick after kick after kick. Like, we're not going to have a lot of those wins. It's going to come down to game-winning drive. A lot of the Packers games were like this back in the day. Last-minute heroics, touchdown late, field goal late, Hail Marys. Like, it's going to be a roller coaster of excitement. As long as we come out on the right side, it's worth it.
I mean, that's it. What? No shout out from Bonesy. I'm so hurt. Dre, I believe he was only shouting out people that weren't going to be there. My understanding is you will be there.
Yes.
But thank you for the super chat. You know, Dre's a baller when he super chats to say you missed my first super chat.
Yeah, it's just making it rain.
Moneybags Dre is what I believe they call him.
Nice. I'm excited. I'm hoping the boy's okay. I'm gonna be upset if I can't make it tonight.
Nick, we
But
hope you.
gotta
We
do what
hope
we
you're
gotta do
coming.
as a parent. That's what
No,
she said.
you're a father.
Father first, man.
Well played.
Father
Where-
first.
Where can people find you, Nick? Plug the channel. What are they getting if they subscribe to Nick Shine?
You get Proud NYJ fan. Thank you to your help. Shout out to you for helping that. The exposure and getting that push over 1,000. Shot to the head. Sunday night, I co-host with VR, 9:00 Sunday Shenanigans. Wednesday night, 9:00. I'm going to be doing an interview style show, which I got to have you on. It's First Class Flights with Nick Shine. And Thursday night, 10:00. You know, I do a lot of the later shows with work and now coaching football too. So the later show is more suited. So if you're looking for late night material, I'm your spot. And then popping on with Jake and others whenever asked.
Tommy
We have a lot of
says,
fun.
I'm going to be really upset if Nick doesn't come tonight. I shaved all over for this.
He sent me pics. He did. He did. He proved it. He's a man of his word. He's a lot of
Tyrone.
things. And a liar is not one of them.
Have fun, guys. Wish I lived on the East Coast. I'll be living there soon, though. Go Jets. Tyrone, can't wait, man. Looking forward to meeting you this season. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yes.
To those who can't make it, don't worry. There'll be more of these, man. We're planning one for week 1. We're getting 250 people for this tonight. What's week 1 going to look like? Oh, my God. Oh,
Where,
my
same
God.
place?
That's the plan.
Yeah.
Haven't finalized yet. That's why we need this to go well tonight. That's why I'm asking Asmaniacs to wear deodorant. So T-Squared's not like, you guys stink.
That's a good point.
Jets Forever says, hey, Jake, little under the weather today. Can't make it to T-Squared tonight, but we'll be there in spirit. Have a great time. Jets Forever, great to meet you last week, man. Feel better. You'll be there in spirit. Bonesy said, read Tom's comment. I think I did, Bonesy. I'm way ahead of you. All right. Just making sure I didn't miss anything here before I wrap. I don't believe I did. All right, Nick Shine. Assuming you're there, your bold prediction for what occurs at T-Squared Social tonight is?
You on my shoulders for a Jet chant.
Yep.
Bobby having the greatest stream ever that we'll have to miss out on. And like I've been saying about this team, quality, competent football. You know, moving the ball, getting stops, guys fighting their asses off to make this roster because you don't want to miss out on getting a ring. So I'm looking forward to who shines. Well, pun intended there with the name, little plug. I'm looking forward to see who shines, who steps up, who's the next guy that says, you know what, I didn't star last week. I didn't get my name out there last week. I want to be talked about this week. I'm on the ball. So I'm always looking for who's the next guy, who wants to join this roster, who's next. We know the starters aren't playing much. Who's stepping up? Who's going to be a badass on the field, and who's going to make it more difficult for Joe Douglas and staff to put this perfect roster together?
I lied. Show's not over. My bad. I missed 2 big super chats here. I don't know how that happened. What's gotten into me? Gunny, my bad, brother.
It was probably during Bobby. A lot of things get missed when Bobby comes on. It gets
Always,
too
man.
entertaining.
Always. And like you're a fellow content guy, so you understand. Like it gets crazy when like the super chats, memberships, and then it's no excuse though. Gunny, thank you for the support, my man.
You got it. You got it in.
Reddick in his last 2 seasons can accommodate 47% of his sacks to the league's worst offensive lines and worst quarterbacks. Case in point, 4.5 sacks of his 11 last year came versus the Jets and Commanders. Fair, but he's still really good with pressures. He's a really good player. If you double him, Quinnen's free up the middle. You double Quinnen. Now Reddick's getting one-on-one on the outside, with Jermaine the other beneficiary of that. He makes you a lot better, Gunny. Do they need him to be a really good defense? Not necessarily. Can they be maybe the best defense in the league with Haason Reddick? I think that answer is yes. Like I think they could be that special of a unit if they got Reddick to this defense. It's already very good. So that's how I personally look at it, Nick.
But on that same note, I'd like to add this: 7.5 of Huff's sacks last year came against backup tackles or broken coverage in the Chargers game where they didn't block him and he came free into the backfield for a sack. So it's part
the
of the
pressure
game.
rate is good. He's a really good player.
Yeah, the pressure rates are great. But you can't just, you can't quantify the pressures, right? JFM had a bunch of pressures last year, but didn't get home all the time, as Matt pointed out. So it's a team game. It's a group effort on the front line. You might get the pressure that makes somebody else step up into a sack. I want to make the quarterback's life a living hell. Reddick does help that. Huff did help that, and we just can't. And losing JFM helped that. So we can't just write it off. We can't just say that, these guys don't matter. It's part of the big picture. It's like an offensive line. One guy goes down, it changes the whole dynamic of the group, right? It changes the chemistry and the cohesion. So we need that on the D-line as well.
The big fella, if I was Reddick, I would have fired my agent weeks ago. An agent gets paid to make you money, not lose it. This is bad business. I think how it's been handled has been poor, big fella. I guess we'll see whether or not it was truly the bad decision based on what contract Reddick eventually either gets or what he plays on,
I don't think he loses money. No one I mean, besides Le'Veon Bell sitting out the full season, no one ever loses money. They usually end up with, even it's just getting the guarantees, right? You get that money guaranteed where you benefit. In some way, you benefit. No one holds out and loses out. It's just not how it happens.
Nick, excellent job by you. Hope to
Pleasure,
see you
man.
later, assuming your son is feeling up to it. And
yes, sir.
Whether you're there or not,
Well,
you will certainly be there in spirit.
Yes. But not drinking spirits.
No. Water, baby. Only water. H2O, straight from the tap.
That's the greatest.
Ladies and gentlemen, Nick Shine, everybody.
Thanks for having me, pal.
The great Nick Shine, check it in. Once again, I want to thank everyone for your incredible support. Looking forward to seeing you guys later. Come wearing your Asmaniac merch. If you haven't, jet green is the dress code. Let's have some fun later. RSVP, if you're coming, please click that link in the description that says RSVP here. It takes 30 seconds. It's free. Show up, 6:30. Shot specials at kickoff, $4 shots. Then after the Jets score a touchdown every time, we got the drink menu. I've posted a bunch. Let's have some fun later. Thank you all for your support. I will see you guys tonight. Hit the like button on your way out of here and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. JETS, Jets. I will talk to you guys soon at T Squared Social. Have a good one, everybody.
And I just saw a big fella's tweet. So I'm 5'11", 180 pounds, and I wear a large. And you're telling me he's got me by 100 pounds, and he only wears an extra large?
Gary, what do you care about what the fuck I'm wearing, bro?
I'm look, I'm a man of logic and reason. I'm 5'11", 180. I wear a large. You're 6'5".
Why does this guy care about what I'm wearing? It makes no sense. Why do you care?
You don't watch Curb Your Enthusiasm and someone says something like suspicious to Larry to kind of give him that look like, okay.
How is this suspicious, bro? What are you talking
about? 280. That's a big fella.
Dude, if I wore a 2X, it would be baggy on me because my body is different. Okay, not everybody's built the same.
I understand, but if you're 6'4", 280, that ain't all in your legs, bro. 6'4", 280 is a big boy.
I don't know why you give a shit what I look like. You got me a little upset right now, man.
I didn't mean to get you upset, big fella. Gary, why do you make fun of Big Fella and his shirt? Maybe you're a weird person, a weird guy. A wiggle, beagle, beagle, deagle, deagle, beagle, deagle, deagle.
See you all tonight. Let's go. Jets.
Is Brock Purdy going to run for his life on the opener? Fuck you!